difference between using the word albino and albinism, and why does it matter? And we're gonna find out today, okay? Babes, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Ayana, and you want to go ahead, press that subscribe button and that notification bell next to it so you will not miss any videos from me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into today's video. This is a special type of video today, and this is a video that I've been wanting to make for the longest time. Okay, so today is actually Albinism Awareness Day, and it is such an amazing day to educate and celebrate. Okay, I'm a black woman that was born with albinism, and I am proud of it. Okay, albinism is the lack of melanin or pigmentation in the hair, skin, and eyes. There are several forms of albinism. Some forms of albinism just affect your eyes, and some forms, like I said, affect the hair, skin, and eyes. I will also have additional information and links so you can read up more on what albinism is and the other types of albinism down below in the description box for you, so you can read up on it, because we need more people out here educated. If we're all educated, we can do it. We can do it. And I also want to point out as well, because I've been getting a lot more comments about my albinism and why I don't look like this and why I have this. We are literally individuals, okay? We don't have the same mother and dad. We don't have the same genetic makeup, okay? Everybody with albinism are completely different people. My albinism might look different from somebody else that you might have saw in the past. My albinism might be different from somebody you might see on social media. My albinism might be different from somebody that you follow on social media, okay? I always get asked, why aren't my eyes red? Why aren't my eyes purple? Why are my eyes brown? Everybody is different. And like I said, there are several forms of albinism. Some people might have more pigmentation in their hair, more pigmentation in their skin, more pigmentation in their eyes. So it's literally different from everybody. So don't classify everybody in one box, okay? Everybody will look different based on their genetic makeup. I also wanted to mention that albinism can occur in any race and ethnicity. You can be black, white, Hispanic, Asian. You can be from South America. You can be from India. You can be born with albinism. I also want to mention that albinism is genetic, so it has to be passed down from your parents in order for you to have albinism. And it also depends on if your parent has the albinism gene in their body already. So if your dad has it and your mom has it, there's a 50-50 chance that you might be born with albinism. So yes, you can be a carrier of albinism and not even know it. It's just genetics, and it's just your genetic makeup. And I just think genetics are so freaking cool. Like, come on, she looking good, okay? But yes, like I said, I will have more links and more information so you can read up on it down below in the comments, because like I said, the more you know, the better the world will be. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to what this video is about. What is the difference between using the word albino and albinism, and why does it matter? And we're gonna find out today, okay? So anybody that knows me in real life knows that I hate the word albino. That just gets me going. It just gets me going. Now, this is a disclaimer. Everybody with albinism might have their own perspective, might have their own opinion about this topic. I am just somebody that does not like the word or being called an albino, okay? Everybody is different. My experience is different from somebody else that you might talk to on the internet. My experience is different from somebody that you might meet in person, okay? So that is just a little disclaimer, because I know some people might be, well, did I call somebody albino and they didn't have an issue? Everybody's different, okay? The first reason why I do not like being called an albino is because the word albino already has like a negative stereotype attached to the word. It just does not sit right with me being called an albino. I don't like it personally because, number one, growing up, every time I heard somebody call me that, it was just some type of foolishness afterwards. Like literally every time I get called an albino, there was always some type of negative conversation or lead up of awkwardness afterwards, and that is why I do not like that word especially since I'm older now, I'm gonna correct you. Okay, I'm gonna correct you. You can either take it or leave it. Also, being called or hearing the word albino also makes me feel like I'm othered, and it also makes me feel like it's dehumanizing as well. I can't fully explain it. If you don't have albinism, you might not fully understand where I'm coming from, but being called an albino, it literally makes me feel like I'm less than or dehumanized. All of these thoughts is from when I was a child, y'all, and when I was called this word. But like I said, that is just me and my personal opinion. Some people that have albinism might not mind you calling an albino, okay? It just depends on that specific person, because everybody walking around here that has albinism might not want you calling them an albino. Let's just be honest. The second reason why I don't like being called an albino is because it makes me feel like a lot of people don't understand that having albinism does not affect what race you are born in X, Y, and Z. And I honestly feel like some people literally believe calling somebody an albino or hearing somebody be called an albino means that that's their race, which is not the case at all. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, albinism can occur in any race and in any ethnicity. You can be a black woman or a black man and be born with albinism. You can be a white woman or a white man and be born with albinism. You can be an Asian woman and an Asian man and be born with albinism. And that's another reason why I don't like the word albino, because a lot of people automatically think, oh, that's their race, even though this might not be everybody. Honestly, I'm almost in my 30s and I've done heard people actually think that having albinism means that's your race. But yes, there are literally people to this day that believe having albinism is a race, and that's why I don't like the word albino, because it just makes everything more confusing. The third reason why I do not like the word albino is because of this little story time that I read up on. If you never heard of George and Willie, they were two black African-American men that were born with albinism. They were twins. I actually never heard of this story until, like, I don't know, almost 7 or 8 years ago. But George and Willie, it was believed that they were kidnapped or they were signed up for this by their parent, but they were actually two men that had albinism that was part of the freak show circus back in the 1800s, okay? When I found out about this story like 8 years ago, it made me feel even more comfortable not being called an albino and being more confident to correct people when they come to me if they call me an albino, because when I was reading up on this story, it kind of made me sad, because even though I know people had to do what they had to do back in the 1800s, but the way they were marketing George and Willie as, like, you know, creatures from Mars, and, you know, are they human, and it was a lot, because I'm just like, dang, like, highly recommend you read up on George and Willie. I will have some links down below in my description box so you can read up on it, so you can get a fuller understanding on their story. But yeah, they were two black African-American men that were born with albinism. They were twins, they had dreads, and they were part of the freak show circus. And like I said, I understand people had to do what they had to do back in the 1800s. I just don't agree with how the circus was promoting and marketing them. The fourth reason why I do not like the word albino is because I never see anybody else refer to somebody as their skin condition. There is a skin condition called vitiligo. Vitiligo and albinism are two different things. Albinism is something that you have to be born with. It is genetic. And vitiligo is a autoimmune disease which causes the cells in your body that produce melanin to stop producing melanin. So you can develop vitiligo versus albinism. You have to be born with albinism. You have to have the gene. Both of your parents have to have the genetic gene for you to have albinism. Vitiligo is something that just develops over time. But for some reason, people don't refer to somebody that has vitiligo as their, you know, skin condition. And that's something I've noticed, is because people don't refer to somebody that has vitiligo as, you know, there's not even a word for you to refer to somebody other than, do you have vitiligo? When did you develop vitiligo? Stuff like that. But when it comes to albinism, it's like, are you an albino? You know, X, Y, and Z. And it's like referring to somebody as their skin condition. I don't agree with that, but that is something that I realized and I've noticed over the years. When it comes to somebody with albinism, we are always addressed as our, you know, physicality versus somebody that has vitiligo. So it's just like, do you have vitiligo? Do you have albinism? It's just so much respectful to me, in my opinion, even though I know everybody's not trying to be disrespectful or mean any ill harm. But like I said, that is just me personally. Everybody with albinism is different. All right, y'all, so those are 4 reasons why I do not like being called an albino, or like the word albino in general. This is personal preference. If you don't know that person's personal preference, just address them as, do you have albinism, X, Y, and Z. Just use the term albinism just in case, because some people might not be as nice as me. Some people might actually be rude, and you know, everybody ain't nice, okay? Everybody ain't nice. So you don't know that person's preference. So just to be on the safe side, just refer to somebody as a person with albinism until you get to know them and, you know, see what they prefer being called. But me personally, I don't like the word albino. I like to be addressed as, you know, person with albinism, because like I said, the word albino does have a negative stereotype attached to it. So some people might not like that word. So just to be on the safe side, we gonna use albinism, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video today, and I hope it was educational. Like I said, today is Albinism Awareness Day. So if you know somebody with albinism, just say Happy Albinism Awareness Day, y'all. We are celebrating and educating and all that good stuff, okay? But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what part of this video was your favorite down below in the comment section, and also do not forget to check out the links in my description box so you can read more up on what albinism is, the different types of albinism, and also George and Willie's story as well. If you guys have any additional questions, also leave them down below in the comments as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring, so go ahead and do that. Don't forget you're beautiful, you're strong, you the best music, and I will see you guys in my next one.